So in this video, we're going to talk about Azure Storage Explorer. Now there's a few ways to get to this. One is you can see that right off the overview of my storage account, I can say open in Explorer. There's also Storage Explorer here. Finally, there is a Windows, macOS, and Linux software that you can download different operating systems, different apps to run it as a native app on your desktop to manage the files inside your storage account. So if we go into the web version, we can see here that it is basically showing me my storage account. And I can go into blobs, blob containers, and I can see that I just created this container. It's got no files in it. From the Storage Explorer, I can upload files, I can download files, right? I can make folders. Even though blobs don't have a proper folder structure, I can say test folder. It's a virtual folder. It does not actually exist. It's just built into the name of the blobs, right? We understand that the containers are very flat structures. There's a container name and then all the files inside of it. If you do want to do a folder, you basically have to give the folder a name, and then that becomes part of the blob's name. Now, in order to, so this is test folder. So let's upload a file into here. So I'm going to click the upload button. I'm going to choose a file. I'm going to choose my PNG file. And you'll see here that it's chosen to do it as a block blob. It has various blob sizes. We don't really have to worry about this. You know, block blobs are files such as images and videos that are just designed to be read as incomplete files. Page blobs are like virtual hard disks where you can access individual pages within the blob. You don't have to access the entire file in order to change it. You just access parts of the file. That's the big distinction. Append blobs are more like log files and things that you just need to append to, but you don't need dynamic access to other parts of it. So let's just upload it as a block blob, leave the defaults. And it's going to try this 2 megabyte upload, check mark. Everything is existing. I can close this, and now I can see the file exists inside my storage account as a hot access. One cool thing about this web browser is I can right click on it and I can actually see that I can download it, I can copy it, paste it, change it from hot to cold, get a link to it that I can then share, etc. Okay, so let's copy this. I'm going to call it test folder. And if I right click and say paste, I've now copied a file from the parent directory to a child directory. So that's how you use Azure Storage Explorer. Again, we can do this on our desktop. We can do this within the browser. We can write applications, hopefully, to access our storage accounts.